होगी।
ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुश्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमति भक्तिवेदांत स्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमति भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती नामिने शिवश भान्वी देवी दायिताय कृपाब्दये कृष्ण संबंध विज्ञान दायिने प्रभवे नमः। नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्लम्बरसाम्भोधे पादाम्बुजाय ते नमः। नमो भक्तिविनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्तिस्वरूपाय रूपानुगवराय ते गौरविर्भावभूमिष्त्वं निर्देशसज्जनप्रिय सर्ववैष्णवभौम श्रीजगन्नाथाय ते नमः। जयतो सुरतो पंगो ममामन्दमतिर्गति मत्सर्वस्वपदाम्बुजौ राधा मदन मोहनो दिव्या वृंदारण्य कल्पद्रुमादा श्रीमत् रत्नागार सिंहासनस्थो श्रीमती राधा शीला गोविंद देवो प्रेष्ठालिभि सेव्यमानो स्मरामि। श्रीमन्रासरसारम्भे वंशीवटा ततस्थिता कर्षण वेणुस्वनैर्गोपे गोपीनाथा श्रीयेष्टुना पंचतत्त्वात्मकां कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौरंगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवम् Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. So we are starting with the new chapter now. We have crossed 50% mark of Bhagavad Gita. There are 18 chapters. Now we are beginning with 10th chapter. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदना ब्रज जन रंजना यमुना तीरवनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदना ब्रज जन रंजना यामुनतीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी. So this is a very nice song. This is a prayer describing Vrindavan. Jai Radha Madhav. Madhav is a name of Krishna. Madhav. Ma means goddess of fortune, mother. Ma, and Dhava means husband. Husband of goddess of fortune. Husband of Lakshmi Devi, that is Krishna. Jai Radha Madhav. Kunja Bihari. Kunja Bihari because he roams in the forest of Vrindavan. The forest groves of Vrindavan between trees, they are called kunjas. Um, so Kunja Bihari, one who enjoys running behind uh, the forest of Vrindavan. Gopi Jana Vallabha, who is very dear to the gopis. Gopi Jana Vallabha. Vallabha means very dear. Giri Varadhari, one who held Giri Govardhan. Giri is Giri Govardhan, the Govardhan hill, which he held in his pinky finger for 7 days and 7 nights. So he is called Giri Varadhari. Yashoda Nandana, he is son of Yashoda Mata. Yashoda Nandana, Braja Jana Ranjana. Ranjana means very dear. Braja Jana Ranjana means Jana is people. Braja Jana Ranjana, who is very dear to the residents of Braja. Braja is another name. Braja, Braja, Vrindavan, Goloka, Gokula. These are all different names of spiritual world. Braja, Vrindavan. Braja Jana Ranjana, Yamuna Tira Vanachari. He roams on the banks of Yamuna. And Vanachari because he is a forest dweller. Because every day he goes out with the cows and the calves, and he plays with the cowherd boys, his friends, and he um, um, takes the cows for um, uh, grazing the grass. Uh, so he's called Vanachari because he goes to the forest with the cows and the cowherd boys and the cats. So this is very beautiful song describing Vrindavan. Why? Yamuna is there, Govardhan is there, Yashoda Mata is there, Gopis are there, Gopas are there, um, Kunja is there. So everything that is there in Vrindavan is there in this song. So Prabhupada described that before discussing Hari Katha, to invoke the sweet mood of Vrindavan, the sweetness of Krishna, this bhajan puts us in that consciousness. When we do discussions in person, usually, then we do a call and response and we glorify Krishna through such a Vaishnava bhajan. Okay, now beginning with this was the ninth chapter, and we discussed King of Knowledge and how Krishna described that he is inconceivable, although he is acting as a chariot driver of Arjun. All the universes emanate from his pores. Mayadevi works under him. He is the cause of all moving and non-moving entities. How he is inconceivable, then still there are some people, Krishna called them fools. They consider him as a living entity just like themselves. And um, uh, um, but the Mahatmas, Mahatmanas Mam Partha Daivim Prakritim Ashrita. The Mahatmas, great souls, they are always under Krishna's internal potency. Like when we were singing Jai Radha Madhav, when we were singing prayers, when we discuss Hari Katha, we feel a divinity that arrives in our heart just by the thought of Krishna. The moment we think of Krishna, especially when we are all together in association, it invokes a kind of uh, um, attraction to Krishna, that divine feeling. That is called Daivim Prakriti. We can invoke that divine feelings once in a while, but Mahatmas are 24 hours under the divine energy of Krishna. That's why you will see them always peaceful, divine, self satisfied. All the qualities are present that a common man is looking for, because all the qualities actually awaken by advancement in Krishna consciousness. As like some people say, I become angry, envious, pride. I am attacked by lusty thoughts and lusty desires. I have become very egoistic. All these anarthas are there because we are not able to experience Krishna's divinity, because we are eager for some external happiness, material happiness. Because of material desires, envy comes, lust comes, ego comes. They are all because we are living a very superficial life. But when we are absorbed in Krishna's Devi Prakriti, then these things flew away. Just like if there are some birds sitting on a tree, all the birds will fly away. Likewise, the sound of Krishna and the thought of Krishna brings us into divine consciousness, and all these anathas fly away, at least for that time. And if we are constantly Krishna conscious, then the heart becomes gradually purified to the extent that they never can enter our hearts again. When our heart becomes so pure, then Krishna enters our heart. Initially, Krishna does not enter our heart. We all want to experience pure Krishna consciousness day one, but it doesn't happen like that. Krishna tells in Srimad Bhagavatam, as long as one has desires, material desires in one's heart, Krishna does not reveal himself to us. But the purpose of these discussion and um, Vaishnav association and Vaishnav Kirtan is to just give us that faith that Krishna consciousness is very sweet and very divine. um, we we have different experience when we chant in association of devotees, when we perform kirtans, than when we do japa at our home personally, because japa in our home personally, it is based on the purity of the individual soul. To the extent the soul becomes pure, to that extent one can absorb oneself in the holy name. To the extent there are impurities, our mind will always be distracted during our personal sadhana. But that personal sadhana is required to purify the heart. At the same time, association, kirtan, and other spiritual activities um, give us the nourishment that will keep us going and that will keep our faith growing. Because the nature of this material world is everything is towards materialism. And if you tell somebody about Bhagavad Gita, about Krishna consciousness, they will think you are becoming mad. Um, it's like going upstream Ganga. Ganga is flowing this way. To swim upstream is very difficult. So in the material world, which is all flowing towards materialism, upstream towards a spiritual consciousness, one faces a lot of obstacles, many times from one's own relatives, and friends, and biggest obstacle is actually our own mind. So we have many obstacles, but association of devotees and scriptures helps us to keep flowing towards the right direction. So foolish people cannot understand it, but Mahatmanas tumam partha daivim prakritim ashrita. Mahatmas, great souls, are under the divine potency of Krishna. um, and then Krishna says how everybody is worshipping me, whether they are doing yagyas or worshipping demigods or anything anybody is doing, chanting om, they're all worshipping me, but they're worshipping me in an indirect way. And Krishna says those who worship demigods, they are worshipping me in indirect way, but the destination of demigod worshipper is not the same as those who are worshipping me. Those who worship demigods go to the planet of demigods. So this is all comes under non-worship. And then in the end, glories of bhakti, where Krishna says bhakti is very simple. You don't need to invest anything. You can just offer me some water, which costs nothing, a leaf, a flower, um, whatever you cook, you can offer to me. You offer me with love. And if you um, make any mistakes, as you progress in path of devotion, if you become distracted, you have negative thoughts, you become angry, likewise many obstacles. If you make any mistake, just keep rendering devotional service. Mistakes are happening because of anarthas in our heart, but devotional service is so pure that it will remove all anarthas, and there is no need of any atonement. Krishna says, even if we are low born, if we practice devotional service, we'll become purified. And Krishna says, whatever you do, you try to keep me in the center. Whatever you eat, offer, give away, charity, anything you do, you try to do in consciousness of pleasing me. In that way, you will come to me. And then Krishna says the essence of Bhagavad Gita, where he says, Man mana bhavamad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Mam evai savi satyam te prati jane priyosi me. Always think of me, become my devotee. Um, Offer obeisances unto me, worship me, yaji. In this way, you will come to me. So that was the summary of the ninth chapter. Now we come to the 10th chapter, which is called Opulence of the Absolute, one of the very important chapters. The reason it is very important, S stands for source of everything. First, Krishna describes how everything is coming from me, how he is the source of everything. Whether it is the saints, sages, demigods, everybody comes from me. So that is called the source of everything. Then E stands for essence of Gita. Actually, it is described that the entire Bhagavad Gita can be described in 4 verses. And these 4 verses, 10.8 to 10.11, is called Chatur Shloki Bhagavad Gita. Entire Bhagavad Gita in Chatur Shlok, in 4 verses. And then we see how to see Krishna everywhere, how to become Krishna conscious in this material world. So there are many ways we can see Krishna. 4 ways to see Krishna. We can see Krishna in the deity form. Deities include the pictures. If you do arati, offer a flower to the, if you have a Krishna picture, best if you have a Radha Krishna picture, you can offer a flower, you can offer them a garland. Whatever you cook, you can cook for them and you can offer them. You can offer them uh, a dhoop, agarbatti. You can offer them a deep, like a lamp, ekadeep or panchadeep. Any kind of deep you have, you can offer. So in this way, you can offer worship, yaji, and through them, as you serve them, actually through service, one develops relationship. As you serve the pictures that you may have, especially Radha Krishna picture in your home, you will develop a nice, loving relationship between them. And even they will help you in your chanting also. They will become a meditation of your chanting also, if they so desire, if you serve them nicely. um, and then we can see Krishna through individuals, like in one instance, Srila Prabhupada. In future sometime we will discuss something more detail about Srila Prabhupada, but those who have not heard, somehow I think we never discussed in this platform. um, so Srila Prabhupada, now um, there are so many things that we haven't discussed, which slowly we will come to those angles of devotion. Um, um, Srila Prabhupada is the founder Acharya of ISKCON. Actually, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna nahi ane. Many of you may not have heard about Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya actually Radha Krishna nahi ane. Uh, um, um, Radha Bhav Suvalitam Naumi Krishna Sarupam. So Krishna appeared as Radha Bhav in the mood of Radharani. Radha Bhav Suvalitam Naumi Krishna Sarupam. So these are all injunctions from scriptures where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna in the mood of his. Krishna came in the mood of a devotee, because when Krishna came 5,000 years back, he performed most sweetest pastimes that would attract the heart of any living entity. One time, one person told me, well, I don't know if Krishna is God, but I know that Krishna is very attractive. So different people are attracted to Krishna in different ways, but through Bhagavad Gita we can understand the position of Krishna also. So Krishna came and performed very beautiful pastimes. Anybody hear those pastimes, their heart becomes attracted to Krishna. So when Krishna left, Krishna was thinking, this is described in scriptures, Krishna was thinking that I have I have attracted the hearts of people in general, but I have not showed them how to come to me. I have annihilated the irreligion. Duryodhan was killed. Everybody on the side of Adharma was killed. Krishna says, Paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya dushkrita. Paritranaya sadhu. He protect the devotees, he annihilate the demons. So all the devotees were in great suffering, like Arjuna, Yudhishthira Maharaj, Pandavas, and many others. They were in great suffering because of adharmic people. So Krishna says, I come to protect my devotees because devotees are very dear to Krishna. And he annihilate the demoniac people. And he gave Bhagavad Gita, and that's what Krishna says. Dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuga yuga. I come every yuga, dharma samsthapanarthaya, to sthapan, to establish dharma. So by giving Bhagavad Gita and by protecting his devotees and annihilating the demoniac people, he put the Mother Earth in a safe situation, and he gives the way to become self-realized through he established dharma through Bhagavad Gita. But Bhagavad Gita cannot be understood without an example. To understand Bhagavad Gita, one needs a living example. We learn more from a living example than than the words or than a book. Many people have read Bhagavad Gita, but they could not apply Gita in their life because they don't have anybody near to them whom they know who is applying Bhagavad Gita in their life. And because of that reason, although they read, it makes sense. It it made sense to them. Their life was never transformed because we need an example. So Krishna was thinking, I have established dharma, I have given Bhagavad Gita, but nobody is able to follow it. I have to go myself and as my own devotee. अपनी भक्ति आचार्य सिखाई हूँ. I have to become an acharya. Acharya means a teacher. Apni bhakti. I have to become a teacher to show how to perform bhakti. If you see in Bhagavad Gita, everywhere Krishna brings out devotional service, bhaktya mam abhijanati. If you offer me with bhaktya, with a leaf, a fruit, a flower, with love. So everywhere Krishna is glorifying bhakti, and Krishna is also telling, always think of me, everything, you cook for me, you do this, you do that. But then we don't know how to follow all these instructions in our life simultaneously. That becomes very difficult. So Krishna was thinking, I have to become my own devotee. Otherwise, although I have established dharma, nobody has access to me. By hearing about me, they will become purified, but then they don't know what to do. They don't know how to live life, how to become a devotee, how to live a Krishna conscious life. So Radha Bhava Dhyuti Suvalitam Naumi Krishna Savita. So Krishna himself came in the mood of his devotee Radharani, who is the best devotee of Krishna. We can discuss more a seminar on Srimati Radharani. Eventually, everything we will discuss. So nothing will remain, but gradually. Um, but Krishna came in the mood of his own best devotee to set the best example how to become a devotee. And that Krishna in a mood of a devotee is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never said he is God. But when we discuss the seminar on who is Lord Chaitanya and the life and teachings of Lord Chaitanya, it will become clear that how he exhibited his divinity in many, many instances, revealing his original divinity. But in general, he always acted as his devotee. And then there is a disciplic succession. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had some disciples. They wrote books. We still read their books. And then Mahaprabhu wrote some verses. They are still the basis of our movement. And one of the devotee who came in the disciplic succession in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada was received an order from his spiritual master that you are a young intelligent man. Why don't you go in the West and preach the glories of Bhagavad Gita and preach the message of Bhagavad Gita? And Srila Prabhupada at the age of 70, he came to the West and he gave spiritual life to people who were drug addicts, who had illicit relationship every day, who were gambling every day, who were living very sinful life. But their life became transformed and they all became highly saintly people, that itself making giving up proof of the result of anybody who follows Krishna consciousness, how their heart becomes transformed and they become purified just by a little practice of Krishna consciousness. So Srila Prabhupada is the founder Acharya, but it is not that he read some scriptures and he um, um, just by reading he got an understanding, he gave it to us. It's not like that. He is directly coming in the line of Krishna. When Srila Prabhupada came, Srila Prabhupada said, I am not Tom, Dick and Harry who has come to you. I am 32nd Guru directly connected to Krishna. Unless a guru is directly connected to Krishna, he will not be empowered. Guru has to come in a disciplic succession. There are so many gurus today, they are not in any disciplic succession. So if you hear from them, you will not feel that transformation in your heart. You will not feel that divine energy. When the Lord in your heart inspires you in Bhagavad Gita to progress in Krishna consciousness, you should know you are going in the right direction because the Lord is personally inspiring you. If you go and meet somebody who is not a bona fide guru like Srila Prabhupada, then you will feel some emptiness in your heart, even while practicing spiritual life. So Srila Prabhupada would print magazines and he would go every day and distribute magazines. The magazines were called Back to Godhead. But one person told him that Swamiji, he was a sannyasi. So one person told him, Swamiji, you are printing magazines, but people buy magazines and they throw it away. Rather, you print books. If you print books, people keep the books, but people throw away the magazines. So if they have the book, whenever they read it, their life will be transformed. Why don't you write books? And Prabhupada saw that, oh, Krishna is speaking to me through this person. So a devotee of the Lord, anything happens in his life, he sees Krishna in all those individuals. He sees that everyone is a messenger of Krishna. If somebody becomes angry at him, he sees that, well, Krishna wants me to learn tolerance. If 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 things doesn't go as per our and we become angry, then one thinks, well, Krishna is using that person as an instrument to see if I can uh, how much attached I am to my desires, to check me out. So a devotee sees every situation and every person coming in his or her life as Krishna sent. Then material world, one can see Krishna in material world. Like one time, one devotee asked Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, how can we see God everywhere? And Prabhupada said, he took out these eyeglasses and he said, what do you think when you see my eyeglasses? And devotee said, we see that this is Prabhupada's eyeglasses. Prabhupada said, likewise, this whole material world belongs to Krishna. Krishna himself says, earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, false ego, and all living entities are my um, um, inferior and superior energy. All the material elements is my inferior energy, and all the spirit souls are my superior energy. So everything belongs to Krishna. So just like when just for example, uh, one second, I need some battery. Okay, just like if you see your son's clothes or cycle, um, or shoes, you will think of your son. You will see your son in your son's articles. Likewise, when the son sees the car in the evening, he knows that father is home, father has come back. And so, by seeing things in this world, reminds us of people or the owner of those things. So, likewise, um, when we can understand Bhagavad Gita and realize that everything is inferior energy of Krishna, the matter, the base of matter, which is earth, water, fire, air, ether, Krishna says my inferior energy. So one can see Krishna everywhere in the same way. And then one can see Krishna through the events that happens in his life. In this one particular instance, we will discuss about now Bhagavad Gita is considered a basic study of spirituality, basic study, and advanced study is Bhagavatam. Bhagavad Gita is spoken by Krishna, and Bhagavatam is about Krishna. Through Bhagavad Gita, we cannot understand Krishna. We can just understand the instructions given by Krishna. But if we want to understand Krishna, that is a higher subject matter, and that is revealed through Shrimad Bhagavatam. So, um, there is a story in Shrimad Bhagavatam of Maharaj Parikshit. Maharaj Parikshit was the grandson of Arjun. Arjuna's son was Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu died in the battle, but um, Abhimanyu's wife was Uttara. After the Mahabharat war was over, um, everybody died. Like during the last day, um, almost all the soldiers died, um, and there was a person by name Ashwadhama. Ashwadhama, those who know Mahabharata, they can relate more. Others will still be able to understand. Ashwadhama was the son of Dronacharya. Dronacharya was the teacher of Pandavas and Kauravas who taught them Dhanurvidya. So Ashwadhama was on the side of Duryodhana, and Ashwadhama was very envious of Pandavas because he was supporting Duryodhana, who was very envious of Pandavas. So um, um, Ashwadhama uh, knew that we are going to die, kingdom will not be ours. Uh, Pandavas, all their sons have died. The only male son remaining in the whole Pandava dynasty is in the womb of Uttara. If I kill that son in the womb of Uttara, then um, um, they will have no higher. So if we cannot win, they should also not win. So that's the nature of envy. Envy means if I cannot become successful, if I cannot be glorified, that's all right. But somebody else should not be glorified. If somebody else is glorified, now if maybe in the glories of someone else, I will also be glorified. I don't care, but only I should be the center. I should be glorified. So Ashwadhama wanted to kill the last male son in the womb of Uttara. So he released a Brahmastra, and Uttara could see the Brahmastra approaching her, and could feel the heat of Brahmastra burning the body of his son. The son in the womb of Uttara, later on he was called by the name Maharaj Parikshit. So that time Krishna was around, and Uttara ran to Krishna, and Uttara said, Krishna, uh, um, Mahabaho, O supremely powerful, most merciful Krishna, please take my life. My the sun in my womb is attacked by Brahmastra. I don't know where it is coming from. It is killing my son and burning within my body. Um, Please take my life, but please save my son. That is a selfless nature of love of a mother for the child. Let me die, but let my child live. Then Krishna smiled, and Krishna immediately appeared within the womb of Uttara. And the son's body, because when the embryo is growing, especially 8th, 9th month, the the body of the child is already developed, and the child body was burned within the womb. This Brahmastra cannot be compared to any material weapon. They are very subtle weapons. They can directly hit the target without disturbing anything else. So it directly hit the child in the womb. Krishna appeared within the womb. Krishna counteracted Brahmastra and um, um, recuperated the burned body of the child. And then Krishna was standing outside in front of Uttara and he smiled. So that's how the child was saved in the womb. The child name was called Parikshit because um, Parik means to see, because he saw Krishna in the womb. That's why he got the name Maharaj Parikshit. And later on, the Pandavas went to the forest, and Parikshit Maharaj became the king. But it so happened that in his youth, Parikshit Maharaj was cursed by a illiterate Brahmana, by an unqualified Brahmana, to die in 7 days. And it is described that Maharaj Parikshit was a pure devotee of Krishna. He saw Krishna right in his womb, and he actually was qualified to counteract the curse also. But Maharaj Parikshit saw, he did not find fault in this unqualified son Shringi. Maharaj Parikshit thought, um, well, Krishna, when he desired, he saved my life. And now Krishna's desire is to take my life. I surrender to Krishna. So a devotee of the Lord sees Krishna in all the situations. There is a beautiful song by Bhakti Vinod Thakur. मारो भी राखो भी जो इच्छा तुहार नित्य दासा प्रति तुआ अधिकार मारो भी राखो भी जो इच्छा तुहार whether you kill me राखो भी whether you protect me जो इच्छा तुहार जो चाहे करो. This is called surrender. Nitya Dasa Prati Tuva Adhikar. I am your Nitya Das. Nitya Dasa Prati Tuva Adhikar. Because I am your servant, you have Adhikar. You can do whatever you like to do with me. Um, so Maharaj Parikshit saw, even in the most difficult situation, he saw the hand of Krishna. There is a saying that Krishna puts us in a situation to purify us. Krishna puts us in a situation to purify us, but we end up in changing the situation also. And that's how our progress gets delayed. So a person who can see different situation one is put into is Krishna's mercy on me, and this is the best situation for me to become purified and to become more and more Krishna conscious if I just remain sincere. That person makes very quick progress. So a devotee sees Krishna in this way everywhere. Within the deities, in every other people are saying how they are behaving, how this material world is all energy of Krishna, and how every situation that is happening in my life, he sees the hand of Krishna there also. And that's how he become Man Mana Bhavan Mad Bhakto. He become always Krishna conscious because he sees Krishna's hand in every situation. It is described in Srimad Bhagavatam, a neophyte, a person without faith, when something favorable happens in his life, he thinks, Krishna, you are so merciful. And when something unfavorable happens in his life, he blames Krishna. He says, there is no Krishna. Why, if Krishna is there, why he is doing like this to me? So that's a very neophyte stage. So Krishna says, all right, just like if you have a son, and if you give a chocolate to the son becomes very happy But if you scold the son says, I do not have a father. If father is there, how can scolding can happen to me? Now that's the neophyte condition of a son. He just doesn't understand that father's love is both in giving a chocolate and in scolding. Whatever is good for the son. Likewise, Krishna treats us. Okay, so can devotee start reading?
Okay, I can read.
Okay, please, Prabhu.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Listen again, O mighty armed Arjuna, because you are my dear friend. For your benefit, I shall speak to you further, giving knowledge that is better than what I have already explained."
Okay, thank you. So here Krishna is telling, um, first, why is Krishna giving this knowledge to Arjuna? Because Arjuna is Krishna's friend. In ninth chapter, Arjuna also said, because you're not, Krishna also said, because you're not envious of me, I'm giving you this most confidential knowledge. So we should hear Bhagavad Gita with faith. We should, Prabhupada said, like one devotee asked Prabhupada, and he said, Prabhupada, Arjuna has Krishna. Arjuna has Krishna. So Arjuna was very fortunate. We don't have Krishna. So how can we perfect our life? And Prabhupada said, well, the words of Krishna spoken to Arjuna is non-different than what is spoken to you. So if you, just like Arjuna was in a humble state, willing to listen and have faith in Krishna's words, if you have faith, in Krishna's words, you will also perfect your life. There is no difference from hearing Bhagavad Gita from Krishna or hearing Bhagavad Gita um, through those who are um, just or discussing Bhagavad Gita in a group of association. Because all we are doing is taking verse by verse as if Krishna directly speaking to us. That's the purpose. So because you're my very dear friend, for your benefit, I shall speak to you further. So if we accept the message of Gita, apply in it life, accept Krishna, it will be for our benefit. By our advancing, there is no benefit of Krishna. But what is Krishna's benefit? Krishna is merciful. Krishna does not like to see us suffer in this material world. Krishna becomes happy by seeing us happy. Krishna knows we can be happy with him. So Krishna is speaking this message of Bhagavad Gita. So for your benefit, I shall speak to you further, giving knowledge that is better than what I have already explained. Now this is very nice. Uh, every chapter becomes even more and more confidential, becomes more and more deeper. Ninth chapter, Krishna says, now this is the most confidential knowledge. And now already Krishna used the word most. Now what to say? And now Krishna is telling, now this is even better than what I have described to you before. And same thing Krishna describes in the next chapter also. So that's how Bhagavad Gita is progressing to take our consciousness from the very beginning of Karma Yoga to the stage of pure Krishna consciousness. Okay, more volunteers.
Can read, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Uh, the more one hears about the Supreme God, the more one becomes fixed in devotional service. One should always hear about the Lord in the association of devotees. That will enhance one's devotional service.
Thank you. How do we become stable in our spiritual life? By hearing. The more one hears, the more one becomes fixed in devotional service. If we stop hearing, then our devotional service will slowly dwindle, and go away. So, um, the one one question was asked to one very senior devotee: how do I know if I'm progressing? And that senior devotee told him that if you're progressing, then your desire to associate with devotees to hear about Krishna will increase. But if you are thinking, it's boring, I'm not interested anymore, why to hear Bhagavad Gita, then that means that somewhere um, 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 we are losing Krishna consciousness. So the more we hear, the more one becomes fixed in devotional service by hearing. But hearing should be attentive hearing. Arjuna heard Bhagavad Gita very attentively. So in one hearing, the benefit was uh, uh, very, very transforming. Later on, Krishna tells Arjuna, we will see in 18th chapter. Krishna tells Arjuna, Yatha chesi tatha kuru, means jo ichhao karo, do whatever you like to do. He spoke everything Bhagavad Gita, but then message of Bhagavad Gita cannot be forced. Krishna can only tell, do this, don't do this. Hear about me, render devotional service, don't be envious. Do these things. And don't do the other things which are sinful. But we cannot be forced. Like there is a saying, in Hindi it is said, घोड़े को नदी के पास ले जा सकते हो पर पानी नहीं पिला सकते. Means you can take a horse near the river, but you cannot force the horse to drink water. The horse himself has to use his free will to drink water. So, likewise, Krishna told everything to Arjuna what is right, what is wrong. Now, you cannot force somebody to do the right thing. So, Krishna told Arjuna, Yatha chesi tatha kuru. Now, you do whatever you like, whatever was beneficial for you. I told you. Now, you decide. And Arjuna was very surrendered and very humble and non-envious of Krishna. Arjuna said, Karishyam vachanam tava. I will do whatever you say. Karishyam, I will do. Karishyam. Vachanam tava. Whatever vacha is speech, words, your words, whatever you are telling, Karishyam, I will do that. So this is called faith. And Prabhupada says one should hear um, like Arjuna. If we do whatever Krishna wants us to do, we'll progress. That is for our benefit. Krishna is speaking to us, not for anybody else's benefit. So the more one hears, one becomes fixed in devotional service. One should always hear about the Lord in association of devotees. That will enhance one's devotional service. It is very important to hear in association of devotees. Like my own example, um, um, I try to read Bhagavad Gita, and many people have told me they try to read Bhagavad Gita, but they cannot understand it. But then, what happens when you all are eager to hear, and if I am also eager to discuss and to repeat Bhagavad Gita, we all will get benefited. It is described in Srimad Bhagavatam. By speaking Bhagavad Gita, I am making progress. By listening Bhagavad Gita, you are making progress. Just the example given, who is getting more benefited? Both are getting equally benefited. This is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. In Krishna consciousness, there is nothing higher or low. It's all about Harikatha. Discuss about Krishna. Whether um, you speak about Krishna, I speak about Krishna, or somebody else speak about Krishna, the purpose is Krishna is in the center. And because Krishna is all pure, whether speaking or hearing, we grow in life, we progress. And we will see in the next week when we discuss the entire essence of Bhagavad Gita in 4 verses. Topic for next week. Krishna says, devotees come together and discuss about me. And in that way, they derive great bliss and satisfaction, and they progress in their spiritual life. So, hearing should be done in association of devotees. That will enhance one's devotional service. Okay, more volunteers?
Okay, Prabhu. Neither the hosts of the demigods nor the great sages know my origin or opulence, for in every respect I am the source of the demigods and sages.
Thank you, Sumita Mataji. Now, something very interesting. Now, this is very difficult to understand because Krishna is telling Even the demigods doesn't know me. How is it possible? Krishna is telling even Brahma, Indra, and others also cannot understand me. That is my opulence. Neither the host of demigods nor the great sages know my original opulences. Even the sages cannot understand Krishna. So Krishna is very difficult to understand, and most of the time Krishna is misunderstood. And that's why Krishna, there is a verse which says Muyati Suraya. Because everybody is under my illusory potency, nobody can understand me. So here Krishna says, even the host of demigods or the great sages, not the great sages, know my original opulence, for in every respect I am the source of demigods and sages. So Krishna is telling, although he is the source, nobody understands him. Now, why nobody understands him? Because Krishna does not reveal himself to them. Now, I would like to share a short story about Brahma. This Leela is called Brahma Vimohan Leela. Vimoha, Moha means illusion. Brahma Vimohan Leela means at one instance where Brahma was illusioned. So, Krishna, in his childhood, when Krishna was just 6 days old, uh, one of the biggest demon, her name was Putana. She came, Kamsa came to know that Krishna is the eighth son of Devaki, and he will be the cause of my death. Narad Muni revealed to him because Krishna's purpose was Vinashaya cha Dushkrita, to annihilate the demons. So Kamsa was helping Krishna indirectly to send all the demons one by one, and Krishna kept on killing them because that was one of the purpose of Krishna's appearance, to kill all the demons. That's why right in the beginning Krishna did not kill Kamsa. Krishna killed Kamsa when Krishna was around 11 and a half years old. By the time all the demons under the influence of Kamsa were killed by Krishna. That was Krishna's plan. So the first demon that was sent by Kamsa was a witch. Her name was Putana. So she took a form of a very beautiful young lady. When Mother Yashoda and Rohini and other they saw she was so beautiful that they thought that she is a demigoddess. She has come to bless my child. So they allowed her to the to go into the inner chamber of Krishna. And she said, I want to breastfeed Krishna. What she actually did is she took a poison and she smeared on her breasts. And her purpose was, if Krishna drinks my breast milk, he will drink the poison and he will die. That was her plan. Different demons have different plans to kill Krishna. But because she took the form of a very beautiful young woman, even Mother Yashoda and Rohini could not understand that she is a witch. They thought she is a demigod, she has come to bless our child Krishna. Our Krishna is so fortunate. So they allowed her. Krishna sucked her milk, and through the milk, Krishna sucked her life here, and Krishna killed her. And she is such a demoniac person, which that even the demigods were afraid of her. Demigods have limited power. We see that even the demigods were afraid of Ravana, demigods were afraid of Hiranyakashipu, and many great demons in the past, demigods become afraid of them. So then many more demons come some other time, when we maybe in future when we discuss something more detail about Krishna Katha. Pralambasura came, Aghasura came, Trinavarta came, Vatsasura came, and many demons came, and Krishna killed one by one all of them. The Putana, the first demon, when Krishna sucked her breast milk, she went through unbearable pain. She took a form as big as 11 miles long. 11 miles long. You can imagine 11 miles means around 20 kilometers. That much big form. And Krishna just killed her. So all the demigods were very much shocked. And then just on this day, this is Krishna is around 7 years old at this point of time. On this day, Kamsa sent a big snake. The snake was 11 years. The snake also was 11 miles long. The snake was so big, then when the snake opened his jaw, then his upper jaw touched the clouds. That ferocious was the snake. Krishna entered into him. He expanded his body and choked him because the snake could not breathe, and he died. And then Krishna break open the body of the snake and jumped out of it. So that's how Krishna killed Aghasura. And Brahma was bewildered, and Brahma was thinking, who is Krishna? Who is Krishna? He's a small boy. What does he think of himself? And Brahma was thinking, how can he do such things? And just before this, there are many other pastimes which bewildered Brahma. One of the pastime which actually happened later on is Krishna lifting Govardhan, which was 20 kilometers wide mountain. We cannot even lift one small stone. Our finger bone will break. This is a mountain. Um, um, and Krishna lifted like this effortlessly. So these all instances bewildered. Now, demigods, they don't touch the earth planet. They they always float because they consider earth is too low. And Krishna's pastimes were like Krishna was taking lunch with his cowherd friends in the forest, Vanachari. So he takes the cows, like you see behind all the calves and all the cowherd boys, there are cows. So Krishna takes the cows were grazing, and Krishna was with his friend taking his lunch. And what Krishna was doing is his friend, one of his friends is Sridama. Sridama was eating, and what Krishna did is Krishna, in his childhood games, and then what he was eating, the remnants came out, and Krishna started eating, and everybody clapped and they make jokes. And Brahma thought, "Chee!" Brahma thought, how can God, first of all, how can he touch the ground? And then, Muchi, how can Krishna eat somebody else's remnants? This Krishna cannot be God. But seeing his activities and everybody's kind of accepting, because they are covered by illusory energy of Krishna, they are thinking Krishna is just a small child. Just like Krishna says, um, foolish, do not understand me as I am. So even demigods, Krishna says, even the demigods do not know my opulence of who I am. But to speak about a common man, from a common man, you will hear so many things. Even Brahma got bewildered. So Brahma thought, I have to test this boy today. Who is he? What does he think of himself? And as the cows were grazing somewhere out, Brahma went and stole all the cows and took to a cave far off, thousands of miles away. And he put the cows, Brahma can go at the speed of mind, and Brahma will just go thousands of miles away. This Brahma, and this is Swan. Brahma's carrier is Swan. Just like Vishnu's carrier is Garuda, Shiva's carrier is Bull, Nandi, Indra's carrier is elephant, Airavata. Likewise, they all have their own carriers. Like Durga Devi has lion as her carrier, so they all have their own carriers. So Brahma was on the swan carrier, and he stole all the cows, and within moments he put them by his potency into deep sleep and closed the cave. So nobody knows where they are. And Krishna came back. Brahma came back. And the cowherd boys noticed, they saw, where are the cows? Where are the cows? And Krishna said, well, you all are eating. Don't worry. Krishna sacrificed his own eating because he loves taking care of his devotees more than himself. Sometime when we are taking prasadam and we want something more, then we may look around, okay, who can serve? But Krishna was not like that. Krishna himself got up, and Krishna said, well, I will go and search for the cows. I will bring them back. They may have strayed away somewhere. You all don't disturb your eating, continue. Krishna just ran away to look for the cows, and Krishna was acting because Brahma is watching, and Krishna knows Brahma is watching, and Krishna wants to teach a lesson to Brahma. Krishna wants to show his mercy to Brahma. So Krishna went, and Krishna is like acting as if, what is happening? Where are the cows? And like in anxiety. And then Krishna ran and came back to tell the cowherd boys that I cannot find the cows, and Brahma was smiling. And as Krishna came back, in the meantime, Brahma stole all the cowherd boys and put them into sleep thousands of miles away in a cave and put them there. So when Krishna came back, none of the cowherd boys are there. So the boys are stolen and the cows are stolen. And then Brahma smiled, and Krishna, in complete bewilderment, he like, he gave an impression to Brahma that uh, I am bewildered now. Brahma smiled, and Brahma went back to his abode. And then Brahma thought, let me check let me check what Krishna is doing. Now, because we discussed the time in which Brahma planet works is way different than the time in which earthly planet works. So Brahma going and coming back was 1 year time of earthly planet. Just a moment of Brahma going and coming back, 1 year. So Brahma came back, and Krishna was again sitting with all the cowherd boys, happily taking his lunch, and the cows were grazing nearby. And then Brahma was shocked, and Brahma thought, did Krishna know that I stole the cowherd boys and cows, um, um, and put them in a cave? And thus Krishna is such a mystical person that he went and brought the cows and calves back. And then Brahma became bewildered. He immediately flew, and he opened the cave, and the cows and the boys were still in deep sleep. And then Brahma thought, oh, then who are those? Then Brahma again came back, and then Krishna is nicely eating, and the cows are grazing, and they are laughing, and many pastimes are going on. Then again Brahma went back, and then Brahma thought, maybe Krishna is such a great mystic that Krishna can go faster than me and bring the cows and cowherd boys here, settle everything, and bring them back to consciousness and taking prasadam. All these within less than a moment. Maybe Krishna is such mystic. So Brahma was trying to use his intelligence to understand Krishna, and Brahma was and Krishna completely bewildered. At one point of time, Brahma became helpless, and Brahma became bewildered, and Brahma, some thought came, maybe my Lord Narayan, maybe Krishna is the same. Maybe Narayan is, because I became proud, I wanted to test him. Maybe this is what Narayan wants me to go through. Maybe he's teaching me a lesson. And then as Brahma became more and more humbled by his attempt to, he wanted to bewilder Krishna, but he ended up in getting bewildered by Krishna. And when Krishna noticed that Brahma is taking a humble position, then immediately uh, Brahma saw in front of him all the cowherd boys who were eating, they all turned into Vishnus. And Brahma saw thousands of Vishnus. Because Krishna had thousands of friends, Brahma saw thousands of Vishnu, and Krishna was amidst them. And Krishna is just posing himself. Now, this is the time Krishna wanted to reveal his divinity to Brahma. And Brahma could see each Vishnu was being worshipped by Brahmanas and the Vedas and the fire sacrifices, and there are unlimited of them. What Krishna did is, Krishna expanded himself, and Krishna took the same form, nature, clothes, behavior, everything same as the cowherd boys. And at that point of time, then Brahma saw that all these cowherd boys disappeared, all this Vishnu disappeared, and Krishna was again after 1 year. Is like, where are the cows? Where are the cats? So Brahma became completely bewildered. That was enough for Brahma. And then Brahma came down, and as Krishna was standing under a tree, Brahma came down and paid his obeisances to Krishna. And it is said that Brahma touched his helmet to the ground, and because he has 4 heads, so he touched all the heads to the ground and he prayed to Krishna to remove his bewilderment. At that time, Brahma could see that Krishna is a supreme personality of Godhead, and um, um, every grain of dust in Vrindavan is like Chintamani, desire fulfilling. Every tree in Vrindavan is Kalpavriksha, desire fulfilling tree. Every song, every word is a song, every step is a dance. And the true nature of Golok Vrindavan was revealed to Brahma. At that time, Brahma wrote a prayer, it's called Brahma Samhita, where the first verse of Brahma Samhita is Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. So it says Ishvara Parama Krishna. There are many Ishwaras, but the topmost Ishwar, Parama is Krishna. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha. His body is not mundane, his body is not material. His body is not made up of veins and blood and mucus and bones. His body Sachitananda, full of eternity, bliss, and knowledge. Sachitananda Vigraha, his form, his Vigraha is Sachitananda. Anadiradir Govinda, he does not have a beginning. Who is God who does not have a beginning? Anadi, Adi means beginning. Anadi means he does not have a beginning. Adir Govinda, the most Adi, the original supreme person is Govinda, Krishna. Um, um, Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the cause of all causes. So this is one short story which shows that even Brahma was bewildered. Another instance, Indra was bewildered. Indra was thinking, how can Krishna stop my worship? So Indra started sending thunderbolt, and that's when Krishna lifted Govardhan. And Indra came and humbled down, and then Indra, along with Airavata, bathed Krishna with Ganga water from celestial planets. So Krishna says there that nobody understands my opulence, but to speak about a common man, even demigods are bewildered. Muyati Surya and the great sages are also bewildered. We may be practicing Krishna consciousness. We are not sage. I mean, I am not a sage. There are very great sages, those who are practicing Krishna consciousness for lifetimes, sometimes, like years, very strict practice. They also get captured by Maya. So the potency of illusory energy is so powerful. Muyati at Surya, even the great sages and demigods are bewildered. But by bhakti, by devotional service, one can understand Krishna as he is. Okay, can someone read this? We have 5 more minutes.
He, he, know, he who knows me as a unborn, as the beginningless, as the supreme lord of all the worlds, he only undiluted among men is free from all sins.
Mm. He who knows me as the unborn. Now Krishna says, even the demigods and the sages don't know me. Even they are bewildered. But those who know me as the beginningless, as the supreme Lord of all the world, those who know me that I am that supreme personality of Godhead, most of the people are bewildered by Krishna's activities, walks on earth planet, eats sometime uchishta of other friends, because Krishna's incarnation is sweet. Krishna is completely sweet. So those who know me as the unborn, I was not born to Vasudev and Devaki. Krishna was not born. Krishna just appeared from the heart of Devaki, and he appeared in full two-hand Narayan form. Krishna was not that does not appear like a child without clothes crying with umbilical cord around him. Krishna just appeared with a garland, yellow dhoti, with a helmet, with jewelry, with 4 hands giving benediction. So Krishna is called Ajita. Aja means unborn. Unborn. So he who knows me as unborn, as the beginningless, as the supreme Lord, he only undiluted among men is freed from all sins. People who are sinful, they cannot understand supremacy of Krishna. Instead, if they hear about Krishna, they will find fault in Krishna. But people who become freed from sins, they can understand Krishna as they are. And just by trying to read Bhagavad Gita, trying to understand Krishna, we will become free from sins because Krishna is all pure. And as we hear more and practice more devotional service, um, our sins will be reduced to like as we become more and more pure, we'll start to realize Krishna more and more. Okay, let's read this last thing for today.
As stated in 7th chapter, Manushyanam, uh, Sahasheshu Kasidyati Siddhaye. Those who are trying to elevate themselves to the platform of spiritual realization are not ordinary men. They are superior to millions and millions of ordinary men who have no knowledge of spiritual realization. But out of those actually trying to understand their spiritual situation, one who can come to the understanding that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the proprietor of everything, the unborn, is the most successful spiritually realized person.
Thank you, Aruna Mataji. Manusya naam sahasreshu yaschit yatati siddhaye. Manusya naam sahasra. Sahasra means thousand. Thousands among thousands of men, Manushanam is men. Um, Hardly one can actually come to the point of understanding me. Siddha, he can become a Siddha. In other words, those who are trying to elevate themselves to the platform of spiritual realization are not ordinary men. Actually, Prabhupada is writing in a purport that anybody who is trying to progress in Krishna consciousness, you should know they are very, very rare souls. Most of the people are only interested in fulfilling their material desires. Very, very few people are actually interested in Krishna. Many people show interest, many will lose interest. Very few people actually can continue their interest. And very, very few people actually become pure devotees. So this is not so easy. So Krishna says those who are trying to elevate themselves to the platform of spiritual realization are not ordinary men. They are superior to millions and millions of ordinary men who have no knowledge of spiritual realization. Most of people are engrossed in sense gratification. Very few actually have the courage to go beyond the normal flow of mind and senses and trying to understand Krishna. So Krishna says they are superior to millions and millions of ordinary men. But out of those actually trying to understand their spiritual realization, many are trying for spiritual realization, but they are practicing different direction. Some are practicing yoga, some are practicing meditation, Ashtanga, Brahman realization. Different people, those who are just trying to realize themselves spiritually are one among millions. What to speak about? But those who are actually trying to understand their spiritual position, one who come to understand Krishna as a supreme proprietor, the unborn, is most successfully spiritual realized person. They are the most rare among all the souls. Okay, so I am done for today. Would anyone like to ask anything?
Prabhuji, one question out of curiosity.
You're doing well? How is India?
Yes. India is it's good. It's
Long
good to be
time
home.
we were missing you.
Yes.
Go ahead, Yatin Prabhu.
Just one out of curiosity that why every demigod has a carrier, like they can just move between places without a carrier also.
Like they can just fly in. Well, Prabhu, I don't know. Many times you will hear this answer from me, I don't know. I'm not a scholar myself, um, but what I have heard and what I have read is they do have a career. That's what I can say. Sorry,
Okay.
cannot help you
Like
again.
yeah, like Narad Muni, he doesn't have it.
Yeah, he is a
Demigod.
spiritually realized person. He is a
Yeah.
self-realized soul. He is a pure devotee of Krishna. His body is not material. Although he appeared as son of Brahma, is way more advanced than Brahma.
Okay.
But
But
demigods,
other demigods have material body.
their body is material, yes. Brahma dies. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, the age of Brahma, in the 8th chapter we discussed. He lived 1,000 years are his day, and 1,000 ages are his night. And with every day and night of Brahma, every living entity is annihilated. And that's why Krishna says that every body is in cycle of birth and death. That's why I tried to escape this material world. That's this material world, the cycle of birth and death. And there he explains how Brahma himself has an age. But Narad Muni does not have an age.
Okay.
I have a question, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Um,
Shilata Mata.
when Krishna appeared in Vrindavan, does demigods doesn't know that Narayan is going to appear as Krishna, his incarnation?
Yeah, they doesn't know. Actually, they know. Now, actually, the thing is, Narayan also is very difficult to access for the demigods. In fact, when Ravana attacked them, Mother Earth took the form of a cow. She went to Brahma and she begged Brahma that lot of demoniac personalities are on my planet and I'm suffering. I need help. Brahma, if it is something small, Brahma himself can help. But when Brahma saw the strength of Kamsa, Jarasandha, Putana, Aghasura, and they were unlimited demons, and the whole planet was filled with adharmic people, Brahma realized that in this situation, even I am helpless. Many of these demons are more powerful than me also. Then Brahma, along with all the demigods, they went to Shweta Dweep, along with Mother Earth in the form of a cow. They went to Shweta Dweep, and Brahma, being the leader of all the demigods, because he is the original person, he prayed to Narayan. And Narayan does not give them darshan. Um, um, so Narayan spoke in the heart of Brahma and he said, I will appear in my original form as Krishna. You all ask all the demigods to appear among Yadus to assist me in my pastimes. And Brahma said, all right. And Brahma became satisfied, Mother Earth became satisfied, but nobody could see Narayan. So to see Narayan, although he lives in one of the planet called the Milk Ocean in Shwetadeep, nobody can see him. Out of question for them to think that Krishna or Narayan, who are one and the same, he appeared as a child walking on the planet and eating the remnants of these other boys and playing as if an ignorant person, and he can be the supreme personality of Godhead. They just could not imagine, and that's how through Krishna's various pastimes they came to understand. Is that all right, Shlita Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank
Thank
you, Prabhuji.
Any other question?
So I have a question, Prabhuji. So in
Swami
Mahabharata,
Mataji.
why in Mahabharata, why didn't Krishna save Abhimanyu?
That's a good question. Now, it is not necessary that even devotees, that it is not that devotees will not die. Everything is happening as per Krishna's plan. Everything is kind of predestined in a way. Um, at some point of time, if not in Mahabharat war, at some point of time, even Pandavas died. Maharaj Parikshit died. In fact, Krishna made such a situation that Maharaj Parikshit was cursed to die, and in 7 days Maharaj Parikshit died. But during that time, Shrimad Bhagavatam, something wonderful happened. Shrimad Bhagavatam was spoken. Um, 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 that's what I can say. I don't have a specific reason why. Now, could Krishna have saved? Certainly, if he so desired. Why he didn't save? I would say it is his plan. Is there a reason behind it? It may be that I am not aware of. Is that all right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Whatever I know, I will share as it is. Whatever I will share, that will be bona fide. Anything that I am not 100% sure, if it is not written in scriptures, You will hear the answer. I don't know. Okay, so I would like to end here, and I'm very grateful to all of you. वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनन्तकोटि वैष्णवेभ्यो. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna.